Howdy. Hello, my name is Alexander, also known as Fatboy Bodybuilder, and I do not own or promote anything Disney, but I have a bunch of Disney books, and I am going to read one of them for you. Whether you are a grown-up or a child, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a good book, even if it's something like a Disney book. So today, I am going to read what I think both grown-ups and children can benefit from. Inside Out. This story adaptation by Cynthia Steele, illustrations by the Disney Storybook Art Team, designed by Nadim Zaidi. So hopefully I got all the copyright 2015 Disney Enterprises Inc. and Pixar Animation Studios, all rights reserved. So hopefully I got that out of the way, and I'm just hoping my videos don't get taken down just because it's a Disney book. Anyways, Riley Anderson was a happy, hockey-loving girl living in Minnesota. Riley was usually driven by joy. After all, joy was an emotion who had been with Riley since the girl had first opened her eyes. But joy was only one of the 5 emotions working inside Riley's head at headquarters in Mind World. Each of them took turns at the console, guiding Riley through her everyday life. And here are those pictures. Cute little illustrations. You saw the movie, it was awesome. Fear, disgust. Besides joy, there was fear, disgust, anger, and sadness. They had helped Riley since she was little. Anger, sadness. Joy didn't understand what sadness did. After all, wasn't being happy the point of everything? But it was fine, because although all of the emotions looked after Riley, Joy had run things for years. That meant that Riley was basically a happy kid. The pictures. The pictures. Fear, disgust, anger, sadness. Each day, colorful memory spheres rolled into headquarters. At the end of the day, the spheres were sent through tubes for storage in long-term memory at the edges of the mind world. The really important ones were called core memories. These stayed in a special holder at headquarters and powered the 5 islands of personality. They were what made Riley, well, Riley. So, it doesn't say all that right here, but there's Family Island, Honesty Island, Hockey Island, Friendship Island, and Goofball Island. Check it out. Yeah. Most of the arriving spheres were golden because they were happy memories. Things couldn't be better. A satisfied Joy said softly, "After all, Riley is 11 now. What could go wrong?" What indeed? What could go wrong at 11 years old? Then things changed. Riley and her parents moved from Minnesota to San Francisco, California. Throughout the drive, Joy kept Riley's spirits up until Riley saw the new house. Inside Riley's mind, the emotions reacted. "We're supposed to live here?" fumed anger. "It smells like something died in here," disgust added when Riley went inside. There's the pictures. Aren't they cute? Sadness offered to take over, but Joy wanted Riley to stay positive. It wasn't easy when Riley and her mom went for a slice of pizza. The restaurant put broccoli on it. Yuck! Broccoli's actually really delicious, so I don't get why she said yuck. Inside headquarters, Anger exclaimed, "Congratulations, San Francisco, you've ruined pizza!" Joy tried having Riley recall a funny memory, but it made Riley sad instead of happy. That's when Joy noticed that sadness had touched the golden sphere, turning it blue. None of the emotions had ever seen a memory sphere change color before. Sadness couldn't help touching things. "I'm sorry," she apologized. "I don't know what's wrong with me." La 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 la. Look, she's touching something, turning it blue. The next day was Riley's first day of school. Joy had drawn a plan to make it super great. She drew a circle around sadness. "This is the circle of sadness. Your job is to make sure that all the sadness stays inside of it," Joy exclaimed brightly. Joy seems kind of controlling, doesn't she? Sadness wondered. The plan didn't work, and Riley began to cry in front of her new class. Oh my god, new school! Oh, it's crazy. Suddenly, a new core memory came rolling in, and it was blue. Joy didn't want a blue core memory and tried to send it to long-term memory instead. Unfortunately, all of the core memories accidentally spilled out of the holder and were sucked through a tube along with joy and sadness and sent to long-term memory. Oh my god! That's crazy! They're getting sucked into a tube! Without core memories to power them, the islands of personality went dark. "This is bad," Sadness realized. "We can fix this," promised Joy. "We just have to get back to headquarters, plug the core memories in, and Riley will be back to normal." Since Goofball Island was the closest, Joy scooped up the spheres and began walking slowly across the light line. A narrow bridge that acted as a power cord connecting each island to the core memory holder in headquarters. Far below them was the memory dump, where Riley's old memories were forgotten forever. Pictures. Meanwhile, Riley was not having an easy time. With fear, anger, and disgust alone in headquarters, Riley was quickly sent to her room. Later, her dad tried to patch things up by being goofy, but Riley totally ignored him. Ooh. Teenagers. Well, preteens. Still. Hard time. Goofball Island began to shake. Joy and sadness were forced to turn back as the island collapsed. Oh no. The two tried another path, but after anger took charge during a chat with Riley's friend Meg from Minnesota, Friendship Island also crumbled. Oh no! Chaos! Then Joy and Sadness bumped into a strange pink creature. Joy recognized him as Bing Bong, Riley's old imaginary friend from when she was 3 years old. "I'm Joy. This is Sadness," Joy told him. "The Joy?" asked Bing Bong. "What the heck are you doing out here? Without you, Riley won't ever be happy." He promised to help them get back to headquarters. He even gave Joy his satchel to hold the core memories. Aw, Bing Bong. Honestly, I don't remember ever having an imaginary friend. Maybe I had one, I just don't remember. Bing Bong suggested taking the train of thought from Imagination Land, but when mind workers sent Bing Bong's rocket wagon down to the memory dump, he was too sad to continue. Joy couldn't make Bing Bong feel better than Sadness said, "I'm sorry they took your wagon. I bet you and Riley had great adventures." "They were wonderful," Bing Bong agreed as he cried candy tears. Oh my god, could you imagine crying candy? I'd just be eating my tears. When he started to feel better, he said, "I'm okay now." He led them to the train station. Joy was shocked that Sadness had helped him. "How did you do that?" she asked Sadness. La, 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 la. They boarded the train knowing they had to hurry. By this time, Hockey Island had collapsed too. Suddenly, the train stopped. It didn't run while Riley was asleep. Bing Bong, Joy, and Sadness headed into Dream Productions. Sadness knew Riley would wake up if she had a scary dream, so they led Jangles the birthday clown onto the set. It worked. With Riley once again awake, the three friends quickly hopped back on board the train. Look at these crazy emotions throwing in a clown. I don't hate clowns. Anyway, back at headquarters, things were getting desperate without Joy. Hoping to make new core memories in Minnesota, anger put an idea bulb in the console that caused Riley to decide to run away. Ooh, the parents wouldn't like that. When Riley stole her mom's credit card, what? To buy a bus ticket back to Minnesota, Honesty Island crumbled into the memory dump. This caused the train of thought that Joyce, Sadness, and Bing Bong were riding to crash. Oh, damn. This girl's stealing her mom's credit card. Ooh, girl, you're gonna get in trouble. Joy and Bing Bong fell down to the memory dump, leaving Sadness all alone. We're forgotten, Bing Bong told Joy as Riley's old memories started to fade around them. When Joy looked at one of the memories, she noticed Riley being comforted by her family and friends after losing a game. Mom, Dad, the team, they came to help because of Sadness, realized Joy. See, nothing wrong with being a little sad. It's okay to be sad. Suddenly, Joy realized that Riley really did need Sadness. Remembering that Bing Bong's wagon used song power to fly, Joy and Bing Bong began to sing. The wagon flew to them. The friends hopped in and soared into the air. But the wagon was too heavy to fly out of the memory dump, so at the last second, Bing Bong jumped out. Go save Riley, Bing Bong called to Joy, adding, take her to the moon for me. Then he slowly faded away. Aww. Oh, bye-bye, Bing Bong. For your old imaginary friend. Joy found Sadness and launched them both back to headquarters. The other emotions were glad to see them. They had realized running away was a bad idea, but the idea bulb was stuck. Riley was on a bus that was about to leave. Joy, you've got to fix this, Disgust told her. But Joy turned to Sadness. It's up to you, Joy declared. Sadness carefully removed the idea bulb from the console with Sadness. Help? Riley got off the bus and ran home to be with her parents. See, that's good, good. Go home. Your parents are going to miss you. Joy handed Sadness the core memories, allowing her to turn each one blue with sadness. Meanwhile, Riley had arrived back home, where her worried parents pulled her into a hug. As Riley began to cry, Riley explained how much she missed her old home. Finally, Sadness led Joy to the console, and Riley smiled through her tears. Suddenly, a new core memory rolled in. It was swirled with blue and gold. Phew. All about that swirl life, y'all. As Riley grew older, Mind World expanded with new memories and new islands of personality. Joy gained a new appreciation for Sadness. All of the emotions were there to help their girl, Riley. Joy thought they made a pretty good team. Oh, yeah, I forgot to show you that picture. Look, yay, working together, all those emotions. And the last part is this game. Who's driving? The emotions use the console to guide Riley through everyday experiences. Can you match the situation to the right with the emotion who would be at the console? Okay, let's see. Dropping an ice cream cone on the ground. I guess that one would be Sadness, right? 2. Going down the dark basement stairs. Well, I guess when you're a kid, and sometimes for grown-ups too, the dark can be scary, so I'd give that one to Fear. Being sent to her room, I don't know, would you be angry or disgusted? Or maybe happy. Some people like being in their room, hey. Or sad. I guess there's a few emotions that could come with being sent to your room, right? Winning a big hockey game. That one definitely goes to Joy. I mean, you can't be upset when you win something. What's this other one? Finding a pair of stinky socks. I guess that one goes to Disgust, right? Alright, so the back of this book says, have you ever wondered what goes on inside someone's mind? I gotta say, this is like a great, like, basic, like, get in touch with your feelings type book. Take a peek into the mind of 11-year... I think this just explains the book, but I'll read it anyway. Hope I don't got the corona. Anyway. Take a peek into the mind of 11-year-old Riley Anderson to find out, like anyone, Riley is guided by her emotions, and when she moves across the country, her emotions quickly get out of control. Joy and sadness end up in the far reaches of her mind. Can they make it back to headquarters in time to help Riley before the unthinkable happens? Well, obviously, we read the book, but as somebody who loves Disney movies, I definitely, this is a good movie. And if you want to explore the world of emotions and just enjoy a really good movie, I recommend it. Good movie. Definitely worth watching. There's a little more to the movie than in this book, but I had fun, and I hope you enjoyed this too. All right. Well, maybe I'll finish this off with a little quick workout sesh. And if you're going to be lifting weights, remember, don't start off with really heavy weights unless you are ready for it. I started, when I first started lifting, about 10 or 15 pounds at a time. Don't go too crazy, and always remember, don't use your back when lifting. 3, 4, I like to do 20 reps. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That felt good. Well, gotta put my weights away, and that is the end of this video. Peace and love. Please subscribe, share, leave comments. And the next book, when I read another book, will be Disney's Princess Mulan. I'm just going with the one that I opened first, so hope you enjoyed this first book in my little storybook time with Fatboy Bodybuilder. Peace and love.